Welcome to the channel. Today we will walk through the installation of VMware NSX version 4.0.1.1. Before we get started, it is always wise to check the VMware interoperability matrix to ensure that we have full support for the current state infrastructure. You will want to validate support for vCenter, vSphere, and any other VMware product you have in your environment. The URL has been highlighted here. Once we have interoperability validation, we can now proceed with the download. When downloading NSX, you want to make sure you download the OVA file that includes all installation components. This file should be about 10 gigs in size. It is identified here. Now that we have the boring part out of the way, let's get started. Navigate to the vCenter server via web browser and log in with administrator credentials. Once we are logged in, we will proceed with deploying the NSX OVA template that we downloaded from the VMware site. Right-click the cluster you would like to deploy the NSX manager on and select Deploy OVF Template. You would then be prompted to select the OVA file that was downloaded and then select the cluster you would like to deploy the virtual appliance to. After that, you will follow through with selecting the virtual machine deployment options. It is important to note that you must validate that a DNS record has been created for the NST manager, as this is critical for a successful deployment. If you hated my voice, I gave you a break. Now I'm back. This is a critical point in the installation. Here we will identify the NSX manager size. You will have to appropriately select this based on your use case. We will be deploying this in our lab, so we will select small deployment. If you are deploying this in a production environment with under 64 hosts, you will want to select medium or large based on your resource availability. If you are deploying this in an environment larger than 64 hosts, you will want to select extra large. Please note, to establish HA, you will have to deploy additional managers, which will need to be configured in the same manner. Next, you will be prompted to select the disk configuration. In most environments, you will want to utilize thin provision disk. Consult with your storage admins to ensure this is the case for you. Within our lab, we will leverage thin provision disk. Next, we will select the network that the NSX manager will be hosted on. Please be sure to select the network that has the subnet that the IP address and DNS record was created for. We are now at the final stretch. In this section, we will set the secret password for the 4 admin user contacts. We will then configure the DNS name, IP address, and NTP server to ensure connectivity. Finally, we will enable SSH access for all root users and finish the configuration. We are home. Once the OVA deployment is complete, power on the virtual machine and give it about 30 minutes to apply the initial configuration. You will then be able to access the NSX Manager page and begin configuration. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel as we will be releasing more videos like this one to educate and empower the cloud community.